for the plot, but we all know it is probably not. Little chat with another slice of life. Biggles keeps talking about another villainess. And in a tropeに越されているので、私たちはそれらは全て分析します。It's the Biggles breakdown, another anime night, fighting all the shows and the plots. It's time for the Biggles breakdown. Breakdown.
Look at you. Your hair is a mess and full of split ends. And wearing your skirt at that length makes your legs look short and stubby. Your ribbon's all crooked as well. How pathetic.
I think I'll pass. Your tea leaves are probably terrible anyway. I don't have to pay for anything, do I?
I expect you to pay for your tea.
She meant that commoners aren't people, and being friends with a mildly capable sleaze knight and a duke's daughter doesn't change a thing.
You need to shut your freaking mouth right now.
You will stop this instant! What do you want, hag? Me? A hag? Because I want...
All right, I'm not going to play that whole thing. I have that's like a minute and a half of like all my edits, just so I wouldn't get copyright.
I really want on the first one for you to redo a dub where she's like, "Oh, your hair's a mess. You're this. You're a useless c word. You shouldn't even be here." Just like
let's just do like me and Biggles and like the best. Like, no, he can do his best female impersonation. I'll just do the fucking Inosuke voice. Dub over some of those clips.
I mean, Biggles, this could be your anime boys thing for shorts. It could be villainous. Do villainous redubs.
I probably should. Crimson also had an idea where I should like do a what was it called? Villainous Academy?
I was telling him he should write a series called My Villainess Academia, where he basically just takes like all like the popular villainess characters from these series and like makes parodies of them. But the thing is, they're all like reincarnations, but the gods only tell each and every one of them that there are 2 reincarnations, and they have to figure out who the other reincarnation is and then take that person out before they get taken out. The difference is, the thing is though, every single person there has been told the exact same thing.
Yes.
You're basically you're pitching like a variation of Isekai Quartet for villainesses, and it's Biggles' dream right here.
It's like Isekai Quartet with villainesses and a little bit of an Among Us twist on it.
Well, some of them do, some of them don't. So yeah, I would love it. That would be my dream come true. But since we have like a week between like some of the finales that ended and then a week between some of the new shows starting, I thought we should do a Villainous Takeover because I did a Trapped in the Dating Sim video and I want to do some more other videos about villainesses. So I decided, let's do a Villainous Takeover. And there's 2 kind of women in this world. There is the homewrecker and the villainess. And there's 2 types of villainous. There is the Otome game villainous, and then there's the husband didn't like my attitude, so I became a villainess and he killed me, and now I'm reincarnated as my older self. So yeah.
Okay, I'm going to pretend like I understood half of what you just said.
Yes, yes.
But before we start, I'm going to pose the question to you again since you didn't quite hear it. Drunk Biggles versus 12 Katarinas. Who's winning?
Oh, Drunk Biggles is still beating. I will trip over 12 earth bumps and still win. But how could anyone hate Katarina? Like, seriously. All right. So, we have the Villainous Takeovers.
Well, let's just put it this way. Katarina has said that the Mets suck.
Oh, man. Death! No, I'm just kidding. They do suck. Oh my God, they're fucking awful right now. I don't even want to watch them. They're fucking hurting my soul.
Biggles is having a divorce with half of his name right now.
I am currently in a very abusive relationship, and it hurts. It hurts. Okay, so this is my order of how the shows are. The Yuri one right here is at the very bottom, and it's not because it's a Yuri. It's because Ray Taylor is so fucking annoying that in episode 4, she goes, maybe it's the way I behave that people don't like me. And then because Claire defends her, because Claire defends her, they're like, oh, maybe it's okay. And then she's fucking annoying the rest of the fucking show. Doesn't mean you hate the team. Yeah, thanks. We know that. Okay. No one hates the Mets more than Mets fans. Okay. All right. So
this sounds like literally everything.
So this is literally my order. And maybe like 12 and 13 can be switched because I just rewatched both of them. And I think 13 might be a little better. But what do you guys think of the villainous genre as a whole?
I'm warming up to it, honestly. I usually after this is probably going to get me criticized. But I watched All Routes Lead to Doom, kind of dismissed the genre because I didn't really care for it. But some of the other ones have sort of made me warm up to it, particularly I'll Be a Villainess Who Goes Down in History and Dad's Been Reincarnated. Those two were actually pretty good.
I'm gonna cause Biggles a heart attack here because I feel like Trapped in a Dating Sim is more of a isekai with Leon than it is a villainous.
But it has multiple villainesses in it.
It also has multiple heroines.
Yeah, well, sometimes you just got to do heroin.
And the main character is a reincarnated Japanese male who has been sent to another world and trapped in the game. He is not the villainous.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean it's not a villainous anime because, look, we got Angie.
And you also have Olivia, and you also have Marie.
But Marie is a bad guy, okay?
Not only, no.
Is she a guy? I thought she was a girl.
She's a girl.
She's a girl. But she's
also, I mean, well, I guess, do we care about spoiling for people who are waiting for season 2 forever?
You are a bad guy, but you are not a bad guy.
Listen, if they watched my video on it, they already know.
All right. Well, Marie is his sister, who also got reincarnated. So
and she was a villainess then, and she's a villainess now.
She ends up helping him, and she ends up paying the price by being stuck with the lot of losers who no longer have financial independence.
They're all fucking pieces of shit.
Yep. And
but
she knows it.
Claire is in it, so he's guilty.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I would say, I'm sorry, I just feel like Trapped in a Dating Sim is more of a traditional isekai because he's overpowered. He has the cheat with Luxian. It's more of an isekai than it is these other ones are clear where the reincarnator or the main character
isekai.
But they reincarnate as the villainous.
Fair.
Or the villainess is a major supporting character of the series.
Which Angie kind of is.
Does she show up in every single fucking episode and have a major role in those episodes?
Yes. Well, at least in the first season. Season 2, she won't be as big.
And then once we get to the Republic, she's gone for like the entire storyline.
But so is Olivia.
Yeah, if we replace them with a new heroine and a new villainous.
Multiple villainesses.
I mean, I know I love it. I was the one who supplied you. I'm not going to argue with
Biggles' logic here because one, this is his show. Two, it's like we're arguing with. It's like playing chess with a pigeon. He's just going to shit all over the board and pretend like he won.
It's like, it's okay, Crimson. She's the third sister.
Yeah. Fuck you guys. Okay, so.
Well, now there's only 2 sisters left, so.
See, Angie supremacy. All right, whatever.
Did you miss it? Hold on. What was the first half of the sentence before I'm an Angie supremacist?
Chad. Fuck you.
Chad.
Fuck you. No. Okay. I don't care. It's my show. I win.
Okay.
It's my show, my rules. Fuck you.
But I do understand. But so we wanted to do the love interests of the villainesses, right? So this is basically a battle for second place. So Leon the goat gets the S rank.
Which is, again, is a funny way to do it because he's not just the side love interest of the reincarnated villainous. He's the main character of the anime.
Yeah.
So yeah, he is
Boom.
S. By that regard, he is definitely S tier.
I mean, he's like one of the main characters in his. And so is he. Like,
Yeah.
like every episode, super, super important. Right? All right, let's since we have Leon here, let's go ladies first. This is Ray. Ray Taylor. She is the love interest
In the Yurei one.
for the Yurei one. I'm in love with the villainess. Now, where do you guys think Ray ranks?
I don't think you like her.
All right. Little Chad.
I mean, she's super obsessed with the villainess, clearly. I mean, she's kind of got a cute look. I don't find her as annoying as maybe you do, but I don't think that she's as high end as the other ones. I'm straddling the line between B and C for her, but I'm leaning towards C.
C's okay. There's only one character that's like worse. And by looking at here, do you know who it is? I think even Crimson would know who this is.
Abel.
That's, no. Abel's fucking awesome.
There's only a couple of ones that I would know. That like, I know Virgil, I know Gerardo and Duke, and that's about it.
Okay, out of those three, which one basically does nothing in the entire show?
Gerardo.
Incorrect. Incorrect.
So you're saying Virgil, huh?
Yeah. He does like jack shit in the entire show. I even forgot who he was when I was looking at it. And that show's really funny when you think about like the when you think of like the love interests, because they all love her and and Dad's just like, I can be the villainess now, and like it's like I'm leaving them all. They need to go play with the heroine. So I forget how boring he is. All right, now we'll go this way. So Abel is in Tear Moon Kingdom. This one, or Tear Moon Empire. Sorry, my apologies. And he basically in the first life, he was like this playboy that joined the games club so he can like pick up girls. And then in this one, you first meet him and he's getting a whole bunch of shit talked to him by his brother, or when he first meets the main character. And she goes up and says, well, he must not have tasted bad women because I took interest in him. And he's kind of always down on himself early on in the show. And then he works really, really hard to become a stronger character. He ends up winning a couple matches in the sword tournament, kicks his brother's ass, has to go to war, and he's just an overall really solid character. Now, when we talk about some of these characters, it's like a lot of them are almost like a little worse versions of each other. So I would say Abel is like a solid A character. Have you seen Cheer Moon Empire, Little Chad?
What's that?
Have you seen Cheer Moon Empire?
I don't think I've seen that one.
All right. Well, then we're going to go with just my opinion then. All right. Arnold, you guys have seen Seven Time Loop, right?
I haven't.
Yes.
You haven't? Okay. So what do you think of Arnold? Because Arnold is kind of like Duke, Noah, uh, and like a not as weird version as Hades.
It's a weird. All right, so he's got kind of a weird vibe where it seems like he just wants to be entertained and she entertains him, so he's willing to, what is it, suffer her eccentricities, I guess is a good way of saying it. Because and through the course of the season, it looks like he gets more romantically, attracted to her. But he's also kind of distant and aloof, and now part of that's because she made him swear to never touch her. And if I remember right, Biggles, right? That was a
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
And he pays a penalty when he touches her, which
Yeah.
is done for some cute laughs and things.
Yeah.
No, so yeah, but I think he's a pretty solid dude. I would put him B tier, B or
All
A.
right. All right. Yeah, I would say because I would say like the other versions of him, like Duke is kind of like him but better, and then Noah's like him but better.
Oh, I thought
That
you were gonna go the 6 other versions in the time loop that end up killing the main character.
Oh man, the other versions are fucking cool too. You know, they just kill people. So I think B solid. So look,
Biggles is out here like doing a secret handshake with Jeffrey Dahmer and all that. He's cool. He kills people.
so we got a question from Marcel. Now I just saw this one, Sacrifice of Princess and the King's Beast, on like as I was passing through.
I don't
And
know
I-
how much more wrong you could have said that, but that was horrendous.
Yeah, thanks. Gazelle, the King of Beasts. Okay. That's a Yu-Gi-Oh card. So I wait, what? No, these are the love interests. Love interest. Villainous Takeover, best love interest. We're doing the love interest right now.
It's
Pay
Biggles'
attention.
logic. Don't question it. You'll break your brain.
Pay attention.
Just get your pen and paper out and take notes, okay?
He is the love interest. Okay.
Biggles is our resident villainess scholar, okay?
I haven't seen this yet, so I don't know. Maybe, possibly. Was she reincarnated into an Otome game? If you say no, then probably not. Unless they consider her a villainous killer and then she comes back. All right. Jeffy Dahmer. Okay. Thanks, Swigs. All right. Arthur. So instead of going stale here, I went Arthur. And the reason why I went Arthur instead of stale is because the character, the main character herself said, I think Tiara is going the stale route. Then probably not. So I went Arthur. Arthur is the young man who becomes the captain of the Knights in the original timeline when Pride, the villainess, let the father died and then made fun of him. So he said he'll kill you. He's the only one with the sword skills enough to defeat Pride, who has a cheat code because she's the last boss. He saves some children. He saves some other people, and he's just a badass with a sword. So have you seen, or have any of you guys seen her? Okay, hold on. I'm going to show you this, and you're going to read the name. All right, how do you say that?
The most heretical last boss queen from Villainous to Savior.
Yeah. Okay. Have you guys seen that?
Yeah, it just got renewed for season 2 today.
Yes.
I just shared
Yes,
it to the
did.
group chat, yes.
Yes, you did.
She's all right.
bookmarked it.
So you went with Arthur.
I went with Arthur over Stale because Pride said Stale's going, or Tiara is going, or whatever her name is going the stale route.
What about the younger brother route?
That's stale.
Yeah.
The Sweet Home Alabama route?
Yeah, Sweet Home Alabama. No, Alabama, they would have to be blood related, not adopted.
Please tell me that Jenna is adopted. No, you are. Okay.
So
It's okay, stepson.
So where would you put Arthur?
I mean, if you get over the fact that she's constantly bailing him out because she's so OP.
I mean, Arthur does a lot of the saving. She just, if you think about it, Arthur does most of the work, and then she just cuts the chains after she tells him to stop. So the only reason why he almost lost is because he was listening to her when she said stop.
It's a good thing he listened when she said stop. There you go. Yeah, I didn't really warm up to that. I mean, the show I enjoyed a lot more for her and doing all the crazy stuff. To me, he was kind of bland. I would put him down at C.
All right, well, he's above Ray, so that's fine. I think that's solid. I would have put him near like the lower B.
Yeah, he didn't do anything that stands out. Like when you've got like, all right, so our S tier is Leon, right? If Leon is your ultimate like ideal version, he's not anywhere near that, and even compared to our time loop lead, he didn't have he didn't have the fun playfulness of making her, of promising to not touch her and then giving her like rewards when he would like kiss her or hold her hand or whatever. There was nothing extra like memorable about this guy. In fact, there's a reason.
Kind of sucked.
In fact, I'd say that's why I said the little brother was more memorable than he was, just in terms. I mean, it is funny because it's clearly the villainous shows, even if they're not Otami game based, are built to be able to be Otami games. So
this was an Otome game.
Oh, there you go.
She's the final boss in the Otome game.
Well, there you go. So, and Stale has the, like they're doing the prototype characters, right? We've got the bookworm glasses wearing one. We've got as a capture target. By the way, I love Entrapped in a Dating Sim how they're always like the capture target.
All right, so let's go to Claude. This is taming the final boss. Now, this is probably the funniest show on the list. It might even be funnier than Trapped in a Dating Sim at times. Trapped in a Dating Sim is funnier. But this is like right there, up there with the hilarious bullshit that happens. And a lot of it is because Claude is like this dude who's very emotional, and his emotions like control the weathers. Like he got excited at one point and then flowers bloomed. So he kind of, you guys get what that's from, or a reference to, I hope.
Gay sex.
Sure. That's not what I was going with. It's never mind. Fuck it. Who cares? So he's actually pretty funny. The problem with this show is it does 3 of the Otome games in 12 episodes. So like each 4 episodes are like a new arc. And his curiosity with the duck when what's her fucking name? Elaine. It dresses up as the duck, and it's so funny. It's this one. However you say that. I think he's just a super fun character. He's kind of similar to some of the other characters on here, but like also entirely different. So I don't know. I think he's better than Arnold, but not better than Abel.
Yeah. He's. Let me see. I'm trying to remember the where to put. I would B.
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 All right. All right.
Because
Duke.
he's got some unique quirks that make him more memorable.
All right. Now we got Duke. Or villainous that will go down in history. The love interest Duke. Now, Crimson, you get to play this time because you've seen this one. What do you think of Duke?
I actually liked him as a character, honestly. It's been a little while since I've seen this one, so it's not like the freshest thing on my mind, but I do remember enjoying his character and his odd obsession with Alicia just for being the try-hard little troublemaker that she was. And to be fair, he did go after her in the end and kiss her and, go for the whole confession thing. So I respect it. Personally, I would say that he's probably, I don't really have a good gauge of this, but I would justify putting him in A.
All right. I would agree on that. And also, Duke fakes a memory loss just so Alicia can go do what she wants.
Yeah, that whole last 3 episodes.
He also helped clear her reputation at one point in that series, didn't he?
Yeah.
Like he spent that whole time investigating people just to correct some rumors that were circling about her. The dude's a real one, so.
All right, little Chad, what about you?
I mean, I think it was interesting that he, unlike some of the other capture targets from these shows, basically was in love with her from them being childhood acquaintances. Mm-hmm. So he's been obsessed with her since she, like Crimson said, being the tryhard, and swing my sword, swing. Again, he gets more memorable because he pulls off schemes in open support of her versus some of the other guys are aloof and maybe they're in love with her, but they're not really. I really like being proactive, and he's proactive. So I would say he's A tier for me because he actually went out of his way to facilitate his love interest goals, not just be like an orbiter around her. He even supplied the what's her name? The spy girl who would observe and record conversations.
There's a pink hair.
Yeah.
I can't remember her name.
But she worked for Duke, and so he assigned her, to do that. So I like that he was actually aware of her ambitions, supporting her ambitions the entire time. So A tier.
Now, I have a question. How many people do we let on the S tier?
As many as you think are appropriate. There's no upper limit. It's a matter of who qualifies.
All right.
If you think he's S tier, you can put him up there.
Well, I think he's the 4th best character on this list. So,
do you think that he is S tier?
I'll put him at the very front of A. Hey, get in A. What are you doing, Duke?
Scroll up on your webpage. There
you're not allowed to be in B. There you go. Okay. All right. Prince Giorno. Now, I went with Giorno because he is the fiance. Although Nicole is so much better, and so is Alan. So right there,
you say Alan, and I can't help but think of someone in Bryce Pappenbrook's voice singing Piano Man.
Dude, I still remember when Bryce was like, "Piano, what are these keys? oh, they're making noise when I hit them as like a Nosuke, and I couldn't help but laugh. It was the funniest thing ever. Dude, Bryce is so cool when you get to meet him and talk to him. So this isn't a genre I've gotten super into. So can you guys also suggest which shows are worthwhile for $5? Says Jeremy Turner. Of course I can.
I was about to say, if you'll pardon me here really quick, because I'm also someone who isn't super into these. The two I would immediately say are worth watching would be Villainous, Who Goes Down in History, and Dad's Been Reincarnated. Particularly for me, Dad's Been Reincarnated. It's fan-flippin-tastic.
Honestly, the entire first 5 on Biggles' list are.
This one's really, really good as well, and I really like this one.
Well, of course you're going to say all of them because you love these shows.
It kind of also decide like what flavor are you looking for, because some are more comedic,
funny,
and some are more serious. Like
silly.
Dad's Been Reincarnated is played for laughs. You know, My Next Life, number 5 over there, is played more for laughs, but ended up at the Duke's Mansion is kind of actually more of a kind of romance / thriller. There's actually a thriller element to it, where it's a mystery. So depending on, it's like isekai, right? Do you want comedy isekai? Go see Konosuba. Do you want top tier storytelling isekai? Go to ReZero or Mushoku Tensei. Do you just want power fantasy, overpowered, like dude bro runs the world? That's every other isekai for some reason.
That's Reincarnated as a Slime, which I still don't understand why people are obsessed with.
Because they have,
like their femboys apparently.
Well, no, it's the waifu talent on Reincarnated as a Slime is top tier. There's a ton.
This one also has a solid story out of all of them. This one, if you like medical stuff, if you like medical stuff, this is a really good one.
That one's actually an interesting one because technically it's a triple reincarnation.
It is. She got reincarnated back into her old life after.
So she's on her 3rd life. Whereas on our we also have 7th time through, so that one's on her 7th life. So there's, do you want multiple reincarnation? Do-Over Damsel is a super, like, cheesy, but at the same time it swings so wildly from light to dark within the same episode sometimes. It reminds, like, Do-Over Damsel is like the Secret of Nim of anime. Like, it'll swing wildly from a look at the happy little mouse, like, oh my god, here's the mystical rat telling you about being tortured at the National Institute of Mental Health. Okay. Like, it's anime is like that though, man. Even within specific genres of storytelling, you're going to have so many different types you can go with. It's like battle shonen. Like Food Wars is as much a battle shonen as anything, and it's about cooking.
So, it's also an ecchi.
Yeah.
There you go.
So if you with your villainous stuff, I would say that top 5 row, they tend to be all comedic except for Raylina. So just be prepared. Like, I would say comedy is an easy way to jump into the genre because it does lend itself to humor much more than some other ones, because it's fish out of water. With Dad's Been Reincarnated is actually my favorite humor one basically in this entire genre, because as a father in his 40s, it really appeals to me as hitting that zone. Especially, he's like, the elegance cheat. Everything he says comes out so elegant.
All right. We were on Giordo. What do we?
Yeah,
Giordo's like middle of the pack. Like,
he's like a CB tier. Yeah.
The best part about him is his fear of snakes. And it's only funny because Katarina continues to exploit it over and over and over.
I'm always gotta have. She's like, I always have to have a fake snake ready for my escape. By the way, she also, Katarina, as villainesses go, has the largest harem including reverse harem pulls of anybody on this list. Like she's pulled, I think, was it 4 or 5 male capture targets, and she managed to get all the female capture targets of those males as well. This woman is like,
Hey,
she's pulling everything.
if we count the
She's got
Otome
game.
game, she's got 2 more male characters. And if we count the movie, she's got another male character.
But she's got that Biggles kind of game though. She's too autistic to realize it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like all the like the girls will be around like, oh, what's your type? Like a woman. Oh, okay, a woman who's this and this. Oh, that sounds nice. You should look for that. She was describing you, you dumbass.
And then she goes, no, about men you like, not like you. It's great. I love it. So Hades, Hades something rave. I forgot. Tio Rave. So this guy is from the Do-Over Damsel. He's the reason why I can go dark to light in the same episode within the fucking same 30 seconds. Like, it's almost like he's bipolar. He's never been loved before. So when Jill walks up to him and is like, I love you. And he's like, oh, someone loves me. And then like you find out that he's like using her as bait at
Incel
one point.
vanquished.
It's like at one point you're like, he's using her for bait, and she's like, but I love you, you know, and then you think he's a PDF because he turns down Lady Spear because she's 16. But then you find out that the only reason why they have to be under 14 is because once they hit 14, they can become the vessel of the queen, or not the queen, the goddess from the other kingdom, and then constantly tries to kill him. So he's constantly dealing with any girl over 14 trying to kill him. So he ends up being very similar to Arnold and Claude at one point, and Noah. And he's actually not a bad character. And for romance, he's got a better love story than Rent a Girlfriend.
This is true. I mean, guys who
Again,
actually
you're stepping over an anthill on that one.
Biggles, guys who pay hookers that actually put out have a better love story than Rent a Girlfriend. No, he's good. I think he supports his girl. He provides her with the authority of the dragon god. He does all those steps to do. He's solidly B, straddling towards the A line for me. Solid B though.
And he also has the power where he could just like look at you and just drop you to the floor. So he's like super powerful. He might be the only character on here that could beat Claude and Duke in a fight.
Reinhardt could, but he's not on the list.
He's not a love interest in a villainous game.
He could be. He fits the bill pretty
Does
solid.
Felt count as a villainess? Because she really
Oh, that's a good point. She is sort of.
Was she reincarnated?
But no, well, not that we know of.
No, but we're fairly confident she's someone from high nobility.
Oh, I like the way you straddled that spoiler, Crimson.
All right,
We know exactly which person she is, but shh.
Don't worry. It was when she.
Well,
got
I mean,
the,
in season 3, the Gluttony confirms that she's using a fake name. So I'll leave that there. It's not a secret anymore. It's not something I need to worry about.
Yeah, I'm just saying that the Van Astrias were looking for something when Reinhardt inherited the title, and maybe Felt was involved in that.
well,
Yeah.
Felt also had, or the ruby lit up, so obviously she's not
Crimson.
a peasant girl.
Did you see the new thing from the latest chapter?
All right, well, you guys keep
I've
talking
seen a
about
lot- I've seen a
ReZero.
lot
I'm
of
going to
this
go
stuff.
pee.
Okay.
Okay.
I've seen a lot of the stuff that's happened lately.
So you know
I
what I'm
haven't
talking
read it
about.
directly. We're talking about our favorite mace wielding maniac, right?
We're talking about the reveal, right? Yeah. You know what? I was sort of thinking they might go the failed experiment route, and yeah, it looks like that might be it.
I haven't heard about this yet, but I have seen all the stuff about everyone's favorite character. I should just say that.
Is who they hinted he was, sort of, but with a twist.
I'm pretty sure you're talking about someone else, someone different than who I'm talking about. I'm talking about the character that basically got Biggles to watch the fucking show to begin with.
Oh, we're talking about Rem?
Yes.
Yeah. I was talking about the newest chapter where it's Al.
Yeah, I figured once you started talking about like failed experiment and all that,
Yeah,
that's who we were talking about. Honestly,
I feel like
I
that's
need
the
to
bigger.
catch up on this.
I think
because
that's
I'm
the
only
bigger
to
thing.
like the
Yeah.
beginning of arc 7 when it comes to like reading this. I know some spoilers and stuff as to what happens, but I need to actually like go through and read the rest of this series because it focuses pretty heavily on him, and I really do want to know what the story is because he's one of my favorite characters in this series.
It, like I said, it looks like it's the failed experiment origin story. Like some other people we've seen.
All right, I'm back. Let's get back to the list. So we have
I'm sorry we interrupt with real class discussion about quality
this.
stuff.
This is the Villainous Takeover, not the normal breakdown. Okay,
Bro, this shit is you're out here ranking male love interests. This is some like yaoi shit, dude.
Hey, listen, we're breaking these people because it was Little Chad's idea.
I mean, if you're doing villainesses, you should rank the love interests.
Exactly.
I only know. Actually, I don't know any of the rest of these guys on here. I don't think.
Yeah,
no,
who do we got
probably not.
left?
We have Lindy. So Lindy, I debated on putting Lord Ron because it's Lindy, but when he's in disguise.
I'm sorry, but I have a niece named Lindy, so that's really fucking weird.
Or Lyndon. I'm guessing maybe Lyndon. I don't know. Lyndine.
Oh, Lindine.
Yeah, I don't know.
I keep hearing Lindy.
Oh, well, sorry. So I think like in like later seasons he's going to be more interesting, but right now he's just kind of like interested in her and he's just a dude that supports her, I think his younger brother feels more like a love interest than he does right now. But she definitely likes him when he's Lord Ron.
Gold reviewing Lord of Mystery.
Oh man, yeah, that one. Have you watched that one, Biggles?
No, I saw it. I think yesterday, like the name pop up, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
It made me watch the first episode twice. Okay, let's just leave it at that.
So right now, I wouldn't feel comfortable putting him any higher than C, but I think with more seasons, he could be like a B or an A. Little Chad.
I'm leaning
doctor
more
one?
towards. Yeah, and I'm leaning more towards B.
All right, then I'm okay with putting him in B.
Yep.
Notice how they all have a similar look in B?
They all have a similar look in general.
I know.
Except for our little Ure girl down in column C.
I know.
Or row C.
All right. So we now have the remaining like best characters. So Patrick is from
SpongeBob.
No, 99 level 99.
No, this is Patrick.
Villainous level 99. I may be the hidden boss, but
It's
I'm not the
elementary,
demon lord.
SpongeBob.
Okay, so that show does have one of my favorite gags where she has the monster summoning bell. And she
Yeah.
keeps ringing it like right after they're all like just.
And he's like, stop doing that. But I think
But you're-
Patrick is like one of the strongest characters in that show.
Patrick is A tier.
I would
because
say Patrick is S tier.
oh, there you go. I won't fight you on it.
Yeah.
He is a what is it, a country noble, so he had to actually fight. So he respects her and her skill set from the beginning. He doesn't give her any shit. He's working hard to try to be able to stand by her side. He's he's good to go. He's everything the male love interest to the villainess should be in these shows.
He is the better version of Abel. Or Abel, as they say in the Japanese. So now we have Sieg from Lo Sienna. Endo and Kobayashi's latest on Tsundere Villainess Lo Siento. Now, this man loves tsunderes, so I think he's great. Do you want to talk about this one, little Chad?
That's the qualification.
Because
He likes tsunderes. Respect.
So, little Chad, you were the one who told me I had to watch this one. So, do you want to break this down?
I mean, you're throwing this out there like I am responsible for.
You are responsible for this greatness.
So this show is hilarious, though. The concept being that the two real world characters can are offering commentary to it. But
An expert analysis.
I love how as soon as they're viewed as the voice of the gods, as soon as they offer him his perspective on the villainess, where they're like, look, she's just trying to get your attention and do this. He's like, oh my god, you're right. I love her so much now.
Like, she was great this whole time, and I just didn't realize it because she's a tsundere.
Exactly. So I think he's really solid. He supports he doesn't take a lot to support, but he's also so I mean, I like the show a ton, but I think he's a B level
So
supporting.
You think Sieg is a B level?
Well, he's supportive from the beginning. He does good stuff, but I think this isn't, how do I put it? He's being specifically told what to do a lot of times. Given guidance from above with Endo and Kobayashi.
I wish I could get guidance from above like that.
Yeah, so I feel
Crimson,
like
you must stop watching all that hentai and switch over to Villainess's.
I refuse.
That's probably because you watched that Villainous hentai.
That's where
No, I don't watch hentai. I just read it.
Can you say where
for the
he would
articles?
Can you say where the love interest would be ranked on here?
For capability or for?
It really depends on what aspect we're rating him on.
I don't want to know. Okay, I would say Seek is A tier. Like,
Yeah, there you go.
All right, so Noah is the best version of all of the B tiers. He's in Aurelia. He gets blackmailed, and he's just like, yeah, sure, okay, whatever. And like, she goes to find out, like, to go double check, and he has already moved it, so all the blackmail she had was gone because she couldn't prove it. He is a badass fighter. She's like, what? She wants us to get us a dragon, so he brings back this like giant ass beast and was like, next time I'll get you a dragon. And he's like, I hope this is good enough for now, because she made him a thing of a dragon and didn't realize the picture on the handkerchief is what you want them to catch. So it was Noah's solid, and he's able to manipulate people, and he's able to like be there for Raylia when she needs him. So I think he's the best version of all the B characters. But I don't think he's better than Duke. And since Sieg isn't there, we can do this. Look at that. We could do that. We can put Duke in the S tier.
There you go. That's how these lists go sometimes.
But yeah, Noah's a really solid character. I like how it's Patrick and Abel, because they're like the same character,
Hmm.
like right there. And then B is like the entire row is the same character almost. It's a little slightly different. Oh, and I say Hades would beat Claude because Claude's final form is a dragon, and Hades won't lose to a dragon. There we go. But yeah, okay. And Luxion would probably kill them all. All right, so there is our tier list for the dudes, the love interest. Now we can go back to our villainous. So
Biggles is done ranking men. We can now get on to more heterosexual things.
we can get on to the good stuff. Trapped in a dating sim, the world of Otome games is tough for mobs. Now, here's our villainous, Angie, and our villainous, Angie, and our villainous, Angie, and our villainous, Angie. As you can see, this is why Angie is one of the best girls in all of villainous shows. There you go.
Angie's great. Clarice or Clarissa, whichever version of the AI pronunciation you want to go with.
Her name is Orange. Okay. Okay, so little Chad has got me an AI version, right? You're welcome. Yes, you're welcome, Marcel. I don't know what we did. Okay. And Angie is now called Orange. So anytime Angie is brought up, they're like, an orange. And I was like, who the fuck is Orange? And then I have to realize that when they were saying Orange and Olivia got off the Iron Horn or something. No, Iron Horn's the ship he's on now. Something. Okay. They're like, Orange. I was like, oh, Angie. That's how I figured it out because it said Olivia and Orange.
By the way, you're leaving off you're burying the lead that Angie and Olivia have their own Ure thing going on for most of the book series after the
that would be season 2. So that's what's it called? Look, she has a 2-person harem. Okay, Angie's wilding out. Okay, Angie's wilding out. She's a villainess. You know what? She's a really good villainess too. You want to know why? She kicks the shit out of other people. She's mean, and she's hot. Okay, she wins. All right, now for officially my favorite villainess, Alicia Williams. I'll become a villainess who will go down in history. Now this is great villainous action because while the other villainous want to escape their doom flags, Alicia says, screw it. I'm going to embrace it. I'm going to be the best who ever done it. I'm going to be so good that the heroine has a rival worthy of her to make her even better to save the world when it has to be. So who knows if she's actually trying to be the villain, but she does embrace it. And we do have this darling of a scene that we showed earlier.
Look at you. Your hair is a mess and full of split ends. And wearing your skirt at that length makes your legs look short and stubby. Your ribbon's all crooked as well. How pathetic.
She embraces that bully life. And,
so Biggles was a mean girl in his past life?
I
Is
was
that what we're
not a
concluding
mean
here?
girl, okay?
I said mean girl, not lewd girl.
I'm not a... Whatever. You're a whore. No, okay.
Whatever, you're a whore. What a comeback.
But Jeremy's still here, and I forgot to do this when we had the super chat. There you go. So Alicia is one of the powerhouses of the villainesses. You know, when she gets reincarnated at 5 into her favorite character, Alicia Williams, she's like, I want to learn the sword. So she learns the sword. She's like, I know I have dark magic. So she tries really, really hard and starts learning all the magic And she's just fucking awesome. And this show is awesome. So if you want a great villainous show, watch this one. What's the name again of the one that follows him around? Is it Will? But it's said different, right?
The little kid,
Yeah.
I thought it was Gil.
Gil.
Or Jill.
Yeah.
So right at the end, it's like
They
Gil,
they
Jill.
yeah
Takahashi.
they keep calling him Gil in the show. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but this is a great show if you need nice and just binge summer pockets. So I was looking for something new. Okay. I'll become a villainess who will go down in history. This is peak.
It was a genuinely good one, honestly.
Now,
It made me reconsider the entire genre.
now we're going to make fun of A. Money Wilson, who got thrown off of YouTube for his review. So we're going to read his review here. Read more. Elise. Her name is not Elise or Alice or however you say this word. It's Alicia. A. Money Wilson, I know you're watching on Rumble. You disappoint me, sir. Okay, that's all I wanted to say. All right.
Biggles will not give you a sad lap dance.
Yeah, no lap dance is better when the stripper's crying, when you're ruining everything, when you're the one crying. Good looking show about space exploration with a few new twists. That is not what Villainous Will Go Down in History is about, Marcel.
No, he's talking about Astro.
I know. I was making a joke. Fuck you, Crimson. Ruining all my.
You're a whore.
I know. Sorry. Okay. It's from Bureaucrat to Villainous. Dad's been reincarnated. So this came out last season, and it was wonderful. Absolutely.
This is something I feel like is like personally my favorite of the whole villainess genre, specifically because it's one that you can genuinely enjoy even if you're not a fan of this whole thing. It's comedy, but at the same time there's a lot of other good stuff going on with this show. It's just utterly fantastic. I mean, you have the wholesome dad thing going on, and
so you know what I wanted to do for the love interest part? I wanted to put Dad's wife and just be like, yeah, that's the love interest. And then she probably would have been like a solid B plus, like no A.
I mean, that woman is a keeper considering she's just as much an otaku as he was.
I did love when she started breaking down, like, this is the original reference material. And even the daughter was like, we don't have time for this.
Like the daughter proposes something absolutely like fucking radical to her mother, and the mother's just like, yeah, that makes sense. It checks out.
Yeah, it checks out. You know, she's like, oh, that's just like this manga that I read like in 1980, and like goes into the blah 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 blah, blah. And you're like, what? Like I should have put her as the love interest because that would have been like a good one to just have fun and rank her.
Motherfucker, what did you just send me?
I didn't send you anything.
No, not.
Crimson's over here.
My brother just sent me a fan art of. It's like My Hero Academia, but it's a Mount Lady riding like on the shoulder of the.
Oh no.
The mech from Pacific Rim about to kick Gigantomachia's ass.
Oh, that's funny.
Grace is awesome. What is Anne? On? Is it On or Anne? Anna doll or Anna doll. I don't know. I haven't watched the dub.
I would
so
just
Anna?
say Anna because
Anna.
it's supposed to be like a Western name, so I would go with Anna.
Okay.
You don't hear many Japanese names in this one, so I would go with a Western pronunciation.
Well, Anna is also like European, so who knows? So those two are really great. The love interests, other than the pun guy and the glasses.
Don't disrespect the fucking puns. They're great.
I know. I was saying, other than the pun guy and the dude with the glasses for On or Anna are the only good love interests. Well, he's not even a good. The pun guy is a good love interest, but he's the best out of the love interest because all he does is speak in puns. But yeah, this is solid, man. I love how they incorporate his family into it. I like how the magic system works, where you you have like these beasts. So High Dive has a fucked up version of this, like with the dubs. I
remember the love beast argument we had. Yes,
I'm glad they fixed the subtitles, because what's the first part of the name of the game?
I don't remember.
Beast Tamer or something. It's like a magic beast or something, right?
That's the Love
that's
and
the second
Beast
part.
is the second part.
Okay.
Yeah, Love and Beast is the second part, but the first part is like Wild Love Beast or something. It was something really weird, because if you didn't have the end, it was really fucked up. And then I remember finding the manga and being like, look, guys, it doesn't, there's an and sign here. And you're like, yeah, there has always been. And then I was like, no, it's not. And we were fighting over it on the High Dive. But yeah, this is really solid. Definitely recommend. Even Crimson recommends it. So
it was one of my favorites out of that season. It's just a really good anime.
You had it on Must Watch, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah, there you go. Look at that. Crimson doesn't like a lot of good shows, so him liking this one. Solid.
No, I only like good shows.
He's a
I only have good taste.
I only have good taste. That's what he says. That's why. All right. The reason why Raylia ended up at the Duke's mansion.
Raylina,
you idiots.
Rayliana. Whatever. All right, so now this one's kind of tough to say it's a villainous one, because it's a side story where it's kind of like an Otome game.
It's because it's based on a novel.
Yeah.
Is that what makes it tough for you, Biggles?
No, it's based on a novel, but she's a side character who
she's the villain she's the one who gets kidnapped, that starts the events of the
she
gets killed.
She gets killed in the book.
Yeah.
But she wasn't really a villainess, but her husband kind of made her out like a villainess. But when she gets reincarnated, she acts more like a villainess than a good person. Because the first thing she does is go to blackmail the Duke. After she's like, I need to get rid of this guy. And she's like, I'm engaged to this guy. I have all this blackmail on him. Like, but yeah, this is a solid show. My favorite character is probably this dude. And for some reason, I can't remember his name. Adam. That's his name. Adam's probably my favorite character. There's this really cool girl knight. I really like her as well. But yeah, this is a solid show.
It's a super good show.
I heard a lot of good things about it, but I was never interested in watching it.
It's also the kind of one you can watch with a spouse, girlfriend, significant other, because it doesn't really have fan service. If you're trying to show that anime is not just jiggles, this is the kind of show that one. Even like I would say this would be the entry one for if your spouse, significant other really likes romance novels.
Mm-hmm.
This show is a perfect gateway for anime.
Yeah, it's solid. The next one, some of you might have seen Crimson and I play the first chapter of the Otome game.
I don't know why I sound more like Trump there than Inosuke.
Because everything started.
I can't do it.
You became Trump.
I really, you know what? I would pay so much money.
I am the best villainess. I am the greatest villainess of all time.
You know how they make those like AI videos from Trump in the Joe Rogan interview where he's like explaining things?
Uh-huh.
I would love for him for like the AI video to be him explaining this show with Katarina and all the love interests and how she's doing and all this stuff. So Joe, she reincarnated and she's trying not to get killed, Joe. I'm being
Hold
serious.
on,
This is
hold
what we're
on.
doing, Joe.
Let me do this. So she's been reincarnated, but into the body of a girl who is doomed to die. She has to try and avoid it. Joe, are you following me? Do you understand that she has been reincarnated and she's trying not to not die, but she knows that her fate is to be executed or exiled, and frankly, she's terrible at everything. She can't do magic. She can't fight. She's incredibly dumb. So it's really only luck that's on her side. But for some reason, idiots gain a huge following, and she manages to score critical hits on absolutely everything.
And she's picking up the girls, Joe.
She's
Not
picking
just
them
the
all up.
it's not
She's-
just the men. The men love her. I don't know why, but the girls love her too, Joe. She's got them all. She's
I have
getting them
no
all.
objection to homosexuals. They're okay.
As long as they're
She's picking up
Katarina.
everyone. It is an equal opportunity villainess.
She's got 4 dudes, 3 girls, and she's just picking up more, Joe, because she keeps getting further out into the world. And every time she goes somewhere, she gets more. It's crazy. I don't know how big it's going to get, but she's got to learn. But the thing is, Joe, she doesn't even know they like her.
The best thing is that she still thinks that her life may be doomed because she's the villainess, but she doesn't realize that she's already solved all her problems by making friends with everyone and not being an absolute cunt.
And if she needs to run away, she does have Earth Bump.
This woman, she's just so stupid.
She's not stupid. She's just unknown romance. Because even in her past life, she never even held hands with a boy. Bum, bum, bum. She just
stayed
climbed
up
trees.
all night playing video games, and that got her killed. I definitely would qualify her as at least a little bit retarded, like Alex Jones.
Wait, did she? Oh yeah, she got hit by a truck on her way to her friend's house. That's right.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, Truck Coon got her. That damn Truck Coon. Captured all these people. Wait, how many?
We need to write an AI song about Truck Coon here.
Let's see. Truck Coon just automatically woke up, killed 7 different ways by the same man. Doesn't say how, or she just wakes up in it one time. Does plane crash. Okay, only one of them got taken by Truck Coon. Leon got taken by the stairs. All right, so yeah, this one's great. It's got a lot of silliness to it. And she actually has more guys because there's Sora and some others. And then you have like the first prince who's in love with all his little brothers. And then he's got like his wife who's awesome, who can look like she's going to be like a dommy mommy. And then she comes, or when you meet her other self, she's like the nerd girl. So you can have
Which one are we talking about here?
the first prince's wife, or
The auburn-haired girl
yeah,
and
the
yeah.
one who's like the head of the magic council or something like that. All right, go ahead and talk about this one, little Chad. I fucking gotta pee again.
All
Sorry.
right, so
He's got to pee. He's taking off. He's leaving us in charge.
yeah, so this one, like we talked earlier, it's about if you see on the poster here, Endo and Kobayashi are the 2 real world teenagers in the sky there, and all the rest of these characters are in an autonomy game, and it turns out that they have the power to provide coaching they can and commentary as the game is going on, and our male lead can hear them, and that gives him insight into our villainess, who was his fiance. So instead of leaving the villainess and ending up with the pink-haired girl who's the hero, he actually falls deep in love with his fiance, which is nice, I guess, because they are providing the actual psychological insight.
Yeah, the actual psychological incest, huh?
Yeah. Well, some of these shows are weird like that, but insight.
What the hell is psychological incest even supposed to mean?
I don't know. I'm thinking about was it Alia hides her feelings in Russian? Because that one would
No, that's
qualify.
just hot. Oh wait, what did I say that out loud?
What did she say? The best. It's only hot if they're blood related.
It's
bro.
only good if they're blood
Blood
related.
related.
Yes.
Yeah, these ones are not. So yeah, so he doesn't end up with the hero. He stays in love with his fiance, and it's just a fun show because every time she's doing something that's remotely villainy, they give this guy insight that she's just doing it to get his attention because she wants to wants him to pay attention to her or this or that. So yeah,
What?
Don't worry about it, bud. It's
It's-
nothing you need to know.
we,
All right,
oh,
Don't watch the stream back. You don't want to. You don't want to know. Trust me.
Okay. Um,
it is funny because I think this is the only villainous show where there isn't a little brother, little sister side character involved. That usually there's
what are you talking about? She has 3 little sisters, and the youngest one is involved with the store. Uses Fabian.
I don't I don't when they go to her house, right, and they meet him.
Yeah, and then the youngest one is in love with Fabian, and that's how it's basically how they get Fabian on board.
Gotcha. All right, it's been a little while. I've been watching. I watched a lot of villainous shows since this one.
I spam them all except for the top 4 on the list because I've seen them recently within the last like month and a half. So yeah, she's a tsundere. She was only a villainess because people don't understand her, and Kobayashi is in love with her, has like a little doll, and that comes important later on. I don't know if you said any of that,
But does she have an ample supply of tsunderes?
No one will ever have the same kind of tsunderes that Karane does.
she does have some tsunderes because they were lighting through the fog when she was falling to her death in the dream. All right, 7th time loop. The villainess enjoys a carefree life, married to her worst enemy. Now, I was getting yelled at this. This wasn't a villainous show, and villainous is in the title. And
I know they put it in the title, but she's never a villainess in this
kn-
entire show.
I know, and that's why I said earlier. There's 2 types of villainesses in this world: the one from the Otome game, and the one where the man called her one, so therefore she is one.
Do you think this might be like a translation sort of thing, where the Japanese have a more general word for this sort of character archetype, and it
Maybe.
just gets translated into villainess in English?
I
Maybe.
think that might be the case because this show, she gets dumped unceremoniously by her prince fiance, and he accuses her of being mean by not, I guess,
Yeah.
being everything he wanted her to be.
Yeah. So she was basically the villainess because he wanted a different girl. That's basically
Yep.
how this was.
This sounds awfully familiar. It's almost like we had an anime that was very similar in structure this last season.
This last season?
Two Perfect Saint.
Yeah.
Oh
This is-
yeah. Basically.
Well, it also
Two Perfect Saint is better than this.
the intro to this show is almost on par with Tired of Princess Lessons, where it's just the prince like dumping her at the party, and instead of being, except in, once she starts doing the time loops, by the way, so the first one she's upset, and then, tries to ends up being a merchant and living her life that way. That for her time reset, like ReZero, is going back to the being dumped at the party. So every time she dies, she resets back to the party where the prince is dumping her. All subsequent time loops, she's like, "Peace out, bro. I don't even care," which is pretty funny, and it reminds me of the Tired of the Princess lessons where she starts laughing. Well, you thought I'd be upset you're dumping me? I'm free now, free. So because after the first time loop, when she gets her second chance after she died, she's like, "Oh, this is awesome. I get to go do the stuff." Except she tries to speed run meeting up with the people that she met up with on her first loop, and so she misses them. And so she leads a different life. What's cool about it is she's a merchant her first life, then she goes and becomes like a doctor. Like she keeps doing new and different professions. And
Then
by
she's a
this
botanist and
yeah,
a warrior.
yep, which is why by this seventh loop she's like, Jesus, I keep dying. You know what? I'm short circuiting this whole thing. I'm gonna marry this other dude, and I'm not doing anything. I'm living a life of pampered luxury where I don't have to work.
Well, that isn't actually how it happened first. She was like, fuck it, I'm just going to jump out this window, go a different way than I usually do. Maybe this, if I go this way, I won't die. And then she runs into him, and then they like make a deal, and then that's how that happens. So it's very close, but yeah, very close.
Yep.
But
But
this
it's
is
funny. It's done for a little bit for humor, because she is absolutely committed to living the easygoing life, but she can't because she's got the training of all her other lives. So she keeps getting involved in things. She can't not be a busybody.
and she does end up bringing in all the people that she cared about. Like this guy was her teacher.
That was her mentor. Yep.
This was the prince she used to serve. This was the merchant who taught her a lot of shit. And then these are all from this life.
Yeah, and she's even working on reforming the useless younger brother, which who we find out is just playing a part because that's what he thinks he needs to do.
Sorry, I didn't mean to go that far back. All right. Villainous level 99. I may be the hidden boss, but I'm not the demon lord. Now, I put this in my top 5 for 2024. Eumelia is freaking awesome. She's like socially challenged, I guess.
Wait, you didn't solo a dungeon at 7? What's wrong
Yeah.
with you?
Yeah. Wait, why are you guys worried? It's super easy. Let me just call them all here.
Here, let me use my darkness magic to heal you. Oh no, that looks terrible.
There's a review here that I kind of laughed at a little bit. So they like go into a whole thing and they talk about 7 time loop, which I didn't realize dropped the same like time as this. And then I would probably say like I know I have this behind time loop, but I was trying to say like which one's better written, but I like this one more. And I think Patrick is a really good character, but there was something in here. Oh, right here. But as the final boss, she's not the final boss. She is the hidden boss. It's even in the title, hidden boss. So I saw that review and I was like, I'm going to bring it up when we talk about it. But I think this one's really good. Like she doesn't try to avoid her death flags like the other ones. She's just kind of like, yeah, I'm just going to get really strong, and then if they mess with me,
yeah, I'm gonna be so OP that I can just take them all out.
yeah, right. She's like, I'll kill them if they come, and like, this girl's really funny. she's like the villainess of the show. She's like the actual villainess, and this one's like a final boss. So, or like the hidden boss. So I guess she counts as the villainess. But this girl is actually like the villainess of the show based on how like all the other villainesses are. Um, and she's just like, you think he'll love me if I do this? So they're like the rivals for him. Um,
Yeah,
and
except she's all about, oh, is it Patrick is his name? The
Ubelli is all about
Yeah.
Patrick.
So he's you
And
know what's
he's the
funny
villain.
about these shows, the villainous shows, they each have to come up with at this point try to make a unique design for the school uniforms that
Yeah.
stand out. And
Well,
on
we
villainous
also know
level
where these are.
99, but on villainous level 99 when you click it, it's like the weirdest thing. They have like these half open skirts. It's like
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's like I was trying to think like in what functional world would that make sense as a outfit, but it's clearly there for fun like manga design, which is yeah, that's great. But it's like this doesn't. Why would no woman would wear that dress?
Yeah, but it's a really fun one. I really like this. Patrick is one of the best characters in like these types of anime.
Because
Um,
he's such a perfect like what you want when you have your overpowered villainous character.
mhm.
You need the like straight man who can just like remind her, no, what you're doing is not normal. You are overpowered. Like, can you please understand that?
Yeah, yeah.
Like
He's
in this case with Patrick, like stop ringing that damn monster bell. We're not ready for it.
you're going to get someone hurt. She's like, that's okay. I could just heal
Wait,
them.
no, was it a bell or was it like a little horn she blew? Maybe it was the horn.
Uh,
I think it was
it
a
was a
horn.
horn. It was a
Yeah.
horn. Yeah, it was a horn.
But she was like, this is very efficient for leveling. You can attract all the monsters you want to be able to kill them.
Yeah, yeah,
What if you die? Well, you wear a resurrection pin. It's fine.
yeah, yeah. She's great. Okay, so we have Tier Moon Empire. This is another one where she was just like a bad queen, and she was framed, killed, and then basically labeled the villainous. So it's not an Otome game, villainous. This is Ludwig and Anne, her two most loyal compatriots. This one has Abel, and basically, she's kind of like Maria or Maria Antoinette. I think that she was a queen, right? The one who really liked
Yeah,
cake and was beheaded,
she
right?
was the one, queen of France at the time of the revolution. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So she's somewhat based off of her. Her. So she she used to kick Anne all the time, and she's like, "Well, why would you come every day all the way up to my execution?" It's like, "Well, to be honest, you used to kick me all the time, and it never really hurt." And then like later at the thing, she's like, "I have been training this kick ever since that day." She's like, "This is going to hurt," and like kicks Prince Shion, and he's like, "That didn't hurt at all." And then she defeats the boss with a kick to the nuts as she falls to the floor, and she just kind of kicks him in the nuts, and that's how she wins. So it's a running gag throughout the show that her kicks don't hurt unless you kick them in the nuts. Um,
Yeah.
and Little Chad, have you seen this one?
I haven't seen this one yet, so
Okay, I recommend this one. This one's pretty funny because they're just like girls, or not like, well, it's just like little kids basically. So she's like 12, and they're like taking on like a conspiracy theory and a whole bunch of shit. It's really good. I enjoy it. Abel's a great character. Shion is all right, and like, uh, and then there's some sword fighting in it. There's politics in it. There's some economics in it. It's overall it's pretty solid. And the funny thing is, she was like really selfish in her past life, and in this one, she's doing like a lot of selfish stuff, but it's all so she doesn't get the guillotine. So she's still being like selfish, but like, and like a lot of her selfish things just seem to help her out. So the next one is I'm the villainess, so I'm taming the final boss. This is probably one of the funniest ones on the list. One of my biggest problems with it is the writing itself, because it like speed runs 3 games in season 1 in the 12 episodes. Basically, each game gets like 4 episodes. It's a battle of reincarnators, and Amin is awesome, and that's really all I got to say about this. What do you have?
And
anything
that's
to
all
add?
I gotta say about that. No,
Yeah.
this is a funny one. I like the humor. I also like the character design. It's always a fun touch when they have the lead character wearing the gloves. I think it just seems to work for me.
Well, doesn't she have like a
Is that like
no,
your
it's
thing,
gloves.
little Chad? Are you into gloves like that?
I don't know. I just think it's a nice character touch.
Did you meet your wife when she was wearing gloves?
Only if it was like cleaning stuff at the office we worked at. But no.
I was gonna make some like jokes there, like, what were you like really turned on by colonoscopies or something? Is that why you're into this?
No, we worked at actually a movie theater together.
Mm.
I say office to not docs, but it's been 20 plus years, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, we worked at an AMC theater, and it was a good time. It was, by the way, if that is a great high school job if you've got a theater in your area, because the pay is about as good as any other high school job, but you get free movies, free popcorn and soda while you're working. It's a good job.
I had a lot of like family who ran like small businesses, so I basically have only ever worked for family. Just like going through high school, I was doing small jobs and stuff, and I never had to do something like that. I was paid well enough.
Yep. It was good, but no, I really enjoy that one. It's a nice, funny, like just like as deep as like Ray Liotta at the Duke's Mansion. It's not going to have some of the, but it's one of those nice bubbly ones that just is a fun time. I don't know if it's as top tier. I agree with Biggles putting it below Doom Rounds and Villainous Goes Down in History. I would probably put it. I haven't seen Tier Moon, so I can't speak for that.
Chairman's better.
But I would actually say, for me personally, I thought it was a more enjoyable watch than Villainous Level 99, because it was it was a little more just
More comedy.
yeah, more comedy. It was an easy bubbly watch, right? You could just kind of go with it. I would
And
keep
this
it.
one you have to read. So
Yeah, I would keep it below Seventh Time Loop, but I would probably move it above level 99. And without having seen Tier Moon, I can't speak to whether I'd move it above those two. I agree that everything 7 to 1 stays where it's at above Taming the Final Boss. I would also, if you scroll down, I would say I agree that it should be above those, except I really liked Dr. Elise because I like the medical part of it. So that's a personal preference more than the construct of the show. I might move that one up higher only because I like the medical drama part of it.
I was thinking of, because I just rewatched it a second time today, and I was thinking of maybe putting it here.
I also appreciate the unique take that it's a triple reincarnation where she was the villainess, dies, goes to Earth, decides to live her life in a good way to make up for what happened in her villainous life. So she goes to medical school and she wants to save everybody, dies in a plane crash, and then goes back to her original villainous life at a save point and gets to relive that life in a good way. So because I like the fact that it showed that her lessons that she learned really carried over, and I liked that. That was a very different take on the villainous show route. Usually, we're getting someone who played the video game or read the book, and they're just trying to avoid doom flags. Whereas Dr. Elise is more, I really want to give back to the world and save people. So I thought that was a fun twist on the villainous kind of show. So for me, I would put that one a little higher.
Yeah, I could see that. So this just got announced to have a second season. We mentioned that earlier. The most heretical last boss queen from villainess to savior. Now, if we're going to say villainesses in the original world, this villainess is far more evil than everyone. She's fucked in the head. Makes a 7-year-old kill his mom. Like, it's just like, well, if he can't survive, then he's a fucking loser. He deserves it. And it's just fucking awful throughout everything. The love interests are all right. She ends up saving her father's life this time.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. She really did probably did the most evil things as a villainess. Like,
Yeah, she was fucked. And that's why she's like so afraid of being that piece of shit again. And it's actually pretty good. Everybody falls in love with her. Like all the guards and the knights are like, yeah, we'll easily risk our life for you. Like you're amazing. Pride's cool. I like Pride. One of my favorite voice actresses is in this as well. One that I've met plays this character, and it's a fun watch. It's a fun little watch. Little Chad, you got anything?
I really enjoyed it. Just as it was a good, good time. I forget which season it came out, but for the season it came out, it was solid back in 2023. I think it was on High Dive though, so
Yeah, it's
you gotta High Dive's subtitles are a problem. I think I watched it before the dub was available. I think there's a dub now.
Yeah, there's a dub now.
Yeah, so watch. I just hate High Dive's subtitle system, but it was good. I mean, she gets very overpowered, and she starts, like she get like we get with our shonen things. She gets power creep, like leveling up left and right when it comes to by the end of this season, where she's personally taking on like a little army of bandits, and like
Well, the funny thing is, once we finish going over the show, we'll do the power scaling one. She gets bodied by 3 of these girls.
yeah. Not Katarina. Katarina is going to be on the power scale. She's
Listen, Katarina's going to earth bump her way to S tier. Okay.
no, you know what Katarina has at S tier? The Riz power scale. Katarina has S tier Riz.
You want to know what's funny? Katarina is not the weakest on the list.
So, yeah. So I liked it. I think it's a good. It was. I think it was. I like where you have it on the list too. It was good and entertaining, but it's not really top 10 material. It's just a good solid show. It is weird that this one is getting a second season faster than some of the other ones that are better. Trapped in a dating sim, I'm saying.
Well, do you also got to realize it's also High Dive, so High Dive needs to keep like some production,
but High Dive isn't making it; they're just licensing it for the U.S.
Well, that's probably why they're trying to push for it. I don't know.
Maybe. I mean, I guess Trapped in a Dating Sim's going to have their next season sometime at the end of this year or beginning of next year.
Well, see, the thing with Trapped in a Dating Sim is the company that was working on it had like another one out that they were really focusing on, and that's why I didn't get a second one. So this one is a solid one. Dr. Elise and the Royal Lady with the lamp. With the lamp?
The lamp thing always confused me. I had no idea what that was talking
The Royal Lady with the lamp.
Yeah, this is another thing where Crimson might be right that there's some kind of translating thing going on. Because
Is there a lamp anywhere? Have you seen a lamp anywhere in the show?
Reincarnated as a nightstand lamp.
no, I didn't see any lamp. But
Okay.
you know, I just keep thinking of was it Anchorman? I love lamp. I love
I love
lamp.
lamp.
I love
So
lamp.
I don't know why it's called the Royal Lady with the lamp. There is no lamp. Maybe Lindin or Lindin Den, however you say his name. Uh, I'm just going to call him Lord Ron.
Okay. I solved it. If you type in "lady with the lamp," it turns up Florence Nightingale.
Oh,
Oh, that's right. Because she works as a nurse. Well, does she get? She eventually becomes a doctor.
So
yeah.
I'd say if she's working in like a medical field,
Yeah.
that totally checks out.
Okay. So Florence Nightingale. Got it.
Crimson Walsh on the job with all the facts, you know.
Let's go, Crimson.
The Crimson
All right.
News Network brings you the truth.
So this one,
I gotta contribute somehow, considering I haven't watched like 90% of these shows.
I'm glad you're helping out. But yeah, this one is kind of cute. There's a romance going on, but it's between both their alter egos, if that makes sense. So she goes undercover as Rose, and he goes undercover as Ron. And Rose and Ron kind of have a relationship going on, and she kind of figures it out at the end.
I like how in these shows that sweets become a way to like disarm people consistently, taking them to a sweets place.
They did it. They did it in Gorilla Girl too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because it's like, how do I disarm them? Well, they have a great sweet tooth. Oh, it gets into the later in the novel. Thanks, Marcel. I guess I haven't read any of the light novels or manga for this one. I was anime only.
Listen, Marcel, I think actually has like a secret uh, location where he goes and has every light novel ever written, and just reads it all the day the anime comes out, and be like,
I'm
"Man,
convinced
this
he's not
anime
even
didn't do it
human.
right."
He is an AI with a massive database on light novels and anime. That's what I believe.
It checks out. It checks out. I think he's just programmed to just really like the etchy.
A very horny robot, yes.
Etchy, yeah.
He's a very horny robot. Yeah, exactly.
But is he a little robot that can cuck another ninja girl?
I doubt it.
Because that's around, and that's a thing you have to watch out for.
You got to be careful with those kind of robots, man.
I still gotta laugh at that final episode with the Rebakavi,
She's like, where she has the eye upgrades.
It goes on for so long. That's the funniest part to me.
Yeah, but this one's good. I would recommend checking it out, especially if you like the medical stuff. I'm not really into medical shows, and I only really liked Scrubs because it was hilarious.
You're a scrub.
Thanks, man. So, like, I'm not really into medical shows, which is why it's lower on the list for me. But if you like medical shows, it's things. Damn, you found out my secret.
Confirmed.
Now I have to destroy humanity to cover it up. This is all your fault, Crimson.
Good. I want the world to end. Fuck humanity. We all suck.
All right.
I'm on Team Lazarus. End of the world. Yeah.
All right. The do-over damsel conquers the Dragon Emperor. Now, I don't know if you would say this is a villainess, but her fiance had her killed because he wanted to bang his sister, or he had been banging his sister.
He wanted to bang his sister or her sister?
No, his sister. He wanted to bang his sister, who's
Wait,
also
what?
who's also half his age. Yeah.
So
Were
this
you
is
not paying attention to this?
Hold
this
on,
is
hold on.
incest.
Oh, are you talking? No, they reveal later that the goddess had been manipulating that whole scenario and messing with him. with the promise of like extraordinary power.
So he wasn't banging his sister?
Did you not catch on to that part?
Probably not. It's me.
This is another
was
third
trying to-
sister moment.
This
Yeah.
is why I need dubs so I can understand shit better.
Yeah, well, yeah, by the end, remember, because the sister ends up showing up in the kingdom at the end.
Uh-huh.
I think I agree with chat. I need Biggles to do a live reaction to Lord of the Mysteries subbed to see how he handles it.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was where it was revealed that the goddess, through the sister, was manipulating things from the beginning
Uh-huh.
to try to, because the in this story, the goddess wanted the dragon god, and he is the living incarnation of the dragon god, as seen by the little dragon god spirit that's with him. And so the goddess wants to have access to him for her needs consistently. So it was all a conspiracy to do that, and because
So it's
she
a
got
conspiracy of horny gods. Got it.
it's also
This sounds
yeah.
like Greek
No,
mythology.
it's the conspiracy of a jealous girlfriend god. Ex-girlfriend god.
What would it be? I guess it would technically be it's yandere, right? Where if I can't have you, no one will. My love is murderous.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yandere.
she is a yandere goddess, and when the original dragon god, who is this same little dragony spirit, backed away and was like, "Whoa, bitch, no, 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 we're not doing this." She got sealed in a spear, and he got sealed in the bloodline of this royal family, and so the spear, so they're still acting to try to get each other for thousands of years. This show, like I said earlier, swings so fast and loose with its dynamics. Like at one point, she's a little like he's making her sweets and fixing a stuffed animal, and then at the other, you're hearing about the darkest backstory where like entire families and children are being murdered and poisoned. Yeah. It's like the tonal shifts you get in this show are just are bonkers. It's still entertaining. I liked the show, but it was. I think Biggles will agree. Like the tone shifts, like within episodes, are just all over the place.
Yeah, it's. I don't think it knows what it wants to be at times. Is the problem. But yeah, it's a fun show, and Jill's a fucking powerhouse. Like holy shit. She's
yeah,
like
what was the part where
ships and throwing ships? You're like, what the fuck?
What was the part where she jumps off like in the sky and she's just like solo skydiving without a parachute to go fight off like the stuff?
Right? Yeah.
She's
fucking crazy, man.
It's a good one.
And then I'm in love with the Villainess. This is the Yuri one. This actually has some fun love interests up here. The three princes. This is voiced by the guy who voices Kurt, and I'm a fucking retard who's over 1,000 years old, and I don't understand anything because I'm a fucking retard.
You are gonna hold a grudge against that series for a long time, aren't you?
Yes, and now every time I hear his voice, I just want to fucking bash my head against the wall. Oh, also, his voice actor is in. What did I watch right after? It is in this as well, I think. Or maybe it was, this is sub, right? Only sub. Yeah, only sub. No, this and this. Kurt's in this and the voice actor for Kurt's. And it fucking annoys me. These girls are like Claire's like lackeys. This is Claire, the Villainess.
By the way, how great are the uncomfortable reactions of the Villainess early on, like where she's just completely unprepared for this girl just blatantly and openly coming at her.
Yeah. She's like, no, you're not. Go away. Stop like teasing me. And she's like, I'm not. I'm in love with you. I am. And you're like, dude, just stop. And then in episode 4, this girl asked her, "So are you what they would call gay?" And she's like, "Well, I don't know. Like, I've never liked a boy before, but I only really like girls. So I guess, right?" And then it doesn't show, or so this girl loves her brother, and this girl is like, they say homosexuality is bad, but over here you're doing your brother like. So it knocks it goes after incest. I think if Ray wasn't so fucking annoying, this could be a really good one. Because like the combat art. So think of Dad's Been Reincarnated's magic system. It almost works very similar to that, just without the beasts. And it's just really cool. And I don't mind like it, but Ray is so fucking annoying. It takes me out of it. Because I like all the other characters except the main character. If she wasn't so fucking annoying, I would like her more. But yeah, that's all of that. So let's go to the power scaling. Let's go to the power scaling. I heard that Biggles likes to be called. Phil took it away. All right. So Eileen, how do you say that?
I don't know. Which one was this one for?
This one? The what's it called? No, stop it, Phil. I'll ban you forever. Okay. She's the taming the final boss. So I don't think it ever shows that she has powers. She does get the holy sword at one point, and she basically gets bodied in that fight. So I would say like middle. I would say she's like a C tier maybe, especially when you think about these other girls on the list. All right, we got one of our first 3 powerhouses on this entire list with Alicia Williams. She's either the second or third strongest on this list, and she would body almost everybody else below them.
Probably.
So I would put her in the S tier. Now, we all know who's the strongest.
Yeah, Katarina.
Yeah, Katarina. Katarina Clays. Thanks, Phil. All right, Angie.
She has magic power. Her charm enhances it. So,
and she's freakishly strong and beats the shit out of the other villainous.
is she freakishly strong, or is
Listen,
Leon just a little bitch about fights
Listen,
with girls?
if you're able to pick someone up by their throat over their head, you got some strength in you. Okay.
Yeah. All right. I mean, I would say she's B A, straddling the line between B and A tier because she's got fire magic, and it's pretty
Yeah.
good. But Olivia is the overpowered of the two. Olivia's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
saint. Yeah. So.
Yeah, but I meant like freakishly strong for like physically.
Well, she is the descendant of adventurers, and she loves it. Yeah. So.
Yeah, so she's freakishly strong. One of my favorites on the entire list. Katarina. So Katarina has Earth Bump, and she has defeated 1 or 2 people, I think, with Earth Bump.
By making them trip.
By making them trip, and she's able to escape. That makes her S tier right away. No.
Bullshit. No, she has S tier Riz and D tier powers.
All right. Now we got Claire. Claire is a fire user. Now I don't know how strong these other people are in her world, but she has a really strong magic. And I would say uh, she would probably be an A tier. Would you agree, little Chad?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Um, now, I think should be right in front of Katarina, uh, Elise, the doctor, because she could at least poison you and cut you with a scalpel to death.
I mean,
So
doesn't she have some magic powers that assist with the with the medicine, if I remember
I
right?
I didn't know there was magic in that world. I, I don't think
Yeah,
so.
I'd have to rewatch it, but yeah, I mean, I think yeah, her powers come from the knowledge of Earth 21st century medical
Hmm.
technology,
Hmm.
not necessarily anything magic. So yeah, that from a power standpoint, again, she's got A level Riz, but D level powers.
Yeah. Okay. So now we have Grace. We have Dad. Where
Now,
we?
so Grace is interesting because Grace has a good amount of magic powers.
Mhm.
She's got probably the highest tier. What's it called?
Monster in their world, right?
Monster, because it's the double powered dragon, which has never been seen before in their world.
Hmm.
And Grace has the elegance cheat. So
I would say she's A,
yeah,
honestly.
there's no way she's below A.
Well, here's the thing: is at where we've seen her so far, I don't think she really comes close to someone like Alicia. I feel like S tier is like the ones who are just beyond ridiculous. So I would
Hmm.
say she's A tier, honestly.
Would you say she's stronger than Angie? Because Angie had
Yes,
that. So you think she would be
because of
able to take
the
on a shit ton of monsters with one blast?
yeah, because in this world that she operates in, she's got the like that double dragon power that she has makes her as gifted a magic user as there is.
Okay, I think that's fair. I think she would be.
Because she can immediately swap between offensive or like with the
Mhm.
remember under their magic power system, she can support and enhance or offensively be supported and enhanced by any
Mhm.
magic type by flipping that dragon power.
Mhm.
So I would say she's. I mean, they haven't shown her have to fight monsters yet, but remember when they did do the monster fight, she immediately because she's the dad who's watched all
Mhm.
this anime and manga and everything,
Knew
knew
how
like
to defeat it right
how
away.
don't like she convinced them to use their like their familiars to become weapons and shields.
Mhm.
Like that was a whole new advancement within that world's magic system.
And
And
she had, and he also has like his own style because he writes the words in Japanese.
which is apparently much more powerful than their word
Mhm.
system is because the kanji lettering, I guess, soups it up like a steroid. So I would say Grace is solid A tier.
Okay. I still think Angie would like beat her in a fight, but yeah. All right. Jill is S tier. Jill is insanely strong, even without her with her magic being sealed. She was still fucking super strong. I think she bodies everybody
She
else.
was the top tier of the goddess side magic,
Hmm.
and she now got the dragon blessings, so she gets all that dragon skill set too.
Hmm.
So Jill is S tier now, provided it's unlocked. If it
Yeah.
was locked, or if she hadn't got the dragon blessing, I'd say she'd be straddling the line between A and B.
Hmm.
But because she got the extra dragon power set where all dragons bow down to her by
Hmm.
virtue of being the dragon bride, she's S tier.
Yeah, she's super strong. Losieta or Losiete. Losiete, right? Um, so we hear that she's strong. We see her like do one attack and then lose. Um, they do say she's strong. I don't know, B, C, B, C, B, C.
That's the problem. Did we see her do anything?
We saw her attack with a spear, and then get wrecked.
Yeah, I don't. So I mean, like when I think of like you said, we had Angie fighting off the monsters, so we got to see like her using high level offensive magic. Yeah, I don't see her getting. You can't put her at the same level as Angie when she never even did any of that stuff.
All right. Now
This one's all on you, Biggles, because Mia, I didn't see the show. So,
S tier.
what is the power set, and not just being lolly dom?
She gets bodied by Katarina every day of the week. She can't kick hard. She defeated the final boss of the show by falling down and accidentally kicking him in the nuts. And that's the only way you can beat a man is to kick him. When you're a small like 11-year-old, 12-year-old girl with no power and you cry and yeah, she gets bodied by Katarina, okay? Earth bump breaks her ankle and then she's completely done. All right. Pride.
Pride is like so overpowered. It's like ridiculous.
Pride is the very top of A tier. She
Yep.
gets bodied by everybody in S tier. Absolutely bodied. So I can't put her up there.
I mean, I would say she's as. I mean, I think she's as up there as Jill.
Jill would kick her ass. No questions asked. Because she doesn't have like magic like Jill does. She's just really good with a sword.
I don't know. I mean,
She's getting bodied. You know, Claire might actually beat her too with how like good her like magic is. But actually Pride might close the distance and kill her before she can do anything because she doesn't have defensive magic. So yeah, Pride is like top of A tier. She wouldn't be S tier because she'd literally get shit on by all the other ones. All right. Riche. She's good with a blade. But that's about it. I would she's better with a blade than she is. She just has like a holy blade. Eumelia, the queen of all of them, she can summon a black hole and fucking wipe out your life.
not just for your life, she can wipe out like cities and kingdoms.
She bodies all of them. No questions asked.
I feel like Alicia would lock herself in a room for 3 years to figure out how to circumvent that power and figure out how to do it.
Yeah, well, when Alicia gets to level 99, because she's only at 80, right? She's only at 80, and we're only, and she's still got more ways to go, right? Probably at the end of season 2, she might hit level 99 and then body Melia because she's like, I figured out how to do all your moves and now I'm going to beat you. Because that's the kind of person she is, where Melia is just like, yo, I love grinding. The grind is real. Yes, I know. I know she's the top of S tier. I said she bodies everyone, no questions asked. Like, smokes them all. Yeah, we know. Marcel, don't worry, we know. Aurelia, above Katarina, because I don't think she can do anything. She tried to fight and I think she broke her ankle or something like that. Or actually, she might get beat by Katarina's Earth Bump because she has a tendency to sprain her ankles when she's anywhere on dirt. So I think Katarina might body her. What do you think, Little Chad?
I mean, I'm trying to. Katarina would get them to fall in love with her, and then they'd all.
Okay, so Katarina S tier.
Because Katarina's secret power is that they all fall in love with her and become simps for Katarina.
Yeah, exactly.
So she would be like, Eumelia, make a black hole. Yeah, Katarina, that sounds like a fun plan. Poor Patrick.
Poor Patrick.
Like I said, S tier Riz.
It's elementary, Katarina.
Katarina has S tier Riz.
All right. Now for the fun part. Can we pull these all back down? Reset. All right. Now we shall do. What were we doing again? What were the 3 categories you said to have?
Was
I
Riz
don't
leveling
know.
on there?
It's in the chat, man. What was it? Power scaling. Oh, best girl, right? Who's the? Or actually, before we do this, I want to do this, right? Tsundere tendencies, tsundere tendencies, tsundere, the tsundere, um, tsundere, um, tsundere, tsundere. There you go. These are our tsunderes. All right. Now,
So these are all your Dommy Mommy villainous characters.
these are our tsunderes. Okay. Let's do best girl. Who is best girl? I'm putting my best girl up here. Okay. Best girl.
Okay, I mean, in how are we judging best girl?
Everything after them can be best girls.
I mean, Katarina is like you said is pulling in men, women, older, younger, like whatever demographic you want to talk.
These are our best girls.
Yeah.
All right. And then I like them. And here we go. Look, Mia is a little kid. Jill is a little kid. Pride is a little kid. All right, now let's.
I think Pride is a teenager at the same age as Alicia.
Oh yeah, Pride is a. Or sorry, I'm just thinking more like.
They start the show when she's younger, but she ages up.
I know, but then they made her a little kid again, and it fucking confused me because of that one guy's magic.
That's a 40-year-old dude.
I know. But he gets to be best girl, okay?
Crimson, do you agree with that?
Do I agree with what?
He put Grace as in Dad's been reincarnated as
Dad being up by best girls.
as an A-tier best girl.
That checks out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's 2025, little Chad. Grace can, or Dad can be a girl if he wants to.
I guess it'll be you'll be able to have a lot of puns.
Look, it's a complicated argument there, but Grace is still biologically a girl, so
Yeah,
That's true. It's like, what is that one isekai where it's like my best friend got turned into a knockout?
Oh yeah. It's the dude who's like super handsome and like the ugly nerd gets reincarnated as an absolute knockout.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun. Okay, so we did power scaling, best girl.
Still not as wild as
Race.
the what is the manga? This is screwed up. I've been reincarnated as a girl, where the dude basically discovers what it feels like to touch yourself as a woman and spends 3 days doing nothing but that. It also invents golems to use as sex dolls.
Interesting.
It's stupid. It's like the stupidity of it is on par with reincarnated as a vending machine.
Love interest, villainous. Oh, yeah, okay. So who is the best villainous based on villainousness-y?
Like actually being a villain?
Who is the best at being a villain? Alicia is up there as the best, right?
No, she's terrible at being a villain.
She's better than everybody else.
It's like, I'm such a villain. What did you do? I've freed that village. I've given them clean water. I helped them learn how to farm.
But I did it because I wanted to. She's like Leon. Or not Leon, what's his name? Liam. She's like Liam. I'm going to be evil, but I actually do good things and people like me. Damn, look at this. Crimson is gay. Poor Crimson. Usually
I don't need to hear it from your dumbass, Roland.
Usually they say that means stuff to me, but I guess Crimson gets to be gay. There you go,
No,
Crimson.
he's a friend of mine.
I know who he is. Is he the one who's never clearly touched a woman, or is that the other one?
No, that's the other one.
Okay. All right. So Alicia is best villain, right? I think Claire's a solid villain, right?
Yeah, I mean, she does. I mean, she's not like solving world hunger in that kind of villain level, but I guess.
Um, Yumelia,
She's a D villain. She doesn't do any. She makes everybody better around her. Like she's like the worst villain.
she
Well,
she does
Katarina would be in that area too.
Yeah.
she does almost kill them all by constantly blowing the horn.
Well, maybe then a C level but she ends up raising their power levels so they can fight off swarms of monsters. And Katarina like actually instills self confidence and helps people feel good about their chosen hobbies in life. So she is also a terrible villain. Out of Ray Liona's actually, I would say A or S tier
The blackmailing, yeah,
she's engaging in blackmail. She's doing all sorts of bad activities.
she's a villain for sure. Now,
Rishi over there at the end, she doesn't do anything like overtly villainous, but she lies to her fiance quite often.
she's constantly like, "Hey,
Yeah, so
why women are A?" She kind of does some villainy stuff. She manipulates and stuff. Angie's kind of villainous.
Angie's like a C. She's only trying to respect the positions of the nobility. But I guess that she does come off as mean. Yeah, maybe B, because when she does that, she does keep people within a pigeonholed zone.
Hey, they asked her to do the magic. Okay, that's not being villainous. Like she didn't. She didn't mean.
I
to
believe
do it.
she even warned them. Like,
Yeah. She warned them first. She didn't just do it. This version of Pride is not villainous at all. She's like petrified to be the villain. Mia's actually still a villain. Okay, she may do stuff, but she only does it to hope that she doesn't like get herself killed. But she's still pretty selfish, and after being told no horse-shaped sandwiches, she still makes a horse-shaped sandwich. So she sticks it to the power. Okay. Our Tsundere's villainy.
Not really. I don't think Tsunderes can really be counted as villains.
Yandere, yes, but
Jill does some pretty fucked up stuff. But in the context of that story, she's not like villainy.
none of them go yandere, so I think we're okay.
B-ish, maybe.
She lies a little too, but to protect him, so yeah, BA level depending on how you put in lying to your fiance.
By far the sweetest character out of everyone.
Yeah, she's just trying to help sick children and people, so yeah.
All right, we're putting Grace up in S tier because Dad tries so hard to be the villain. I support Dad trying to be the villain.
Ooh, I have a little bit of breaking news here, really quick. Apparently, The Dangers in My Heart is getting a theatrical, a movie release on the beginning of next year.
Yeah, didn't we talk about that before?
Did we?
Maybe.
I'm just seeing these announcements now.
Oh, okay. I didn't know when. I guess maybe I didn't know when the release date would be, but I think they had announced they were going to do a theatrical movie where it was going to be a rehashing of the first two seasons plus some new content as the movie.
Yeah, there's the little trailer right here. I can put it in our chat.
I feel like they're gonna. I mean, to do the first 2 seasons worth of info in a one movie plus some new stuff is an awful lot to try to stuff into one theatrical release.
So I put it in our chat. I'll put it in the chat. So if anybody wants to look at it, that's the trailer for My Dangers in My Heart. I don't want to do it on the show, mainly because anytime I do a trailer, I get hit. So now, Katarina Clays. She lies to people. She constantly tells her fiance,
You know what? She
"Please
isn't.
annul it."
She's an S tier villain because she's so oblivious to how in love with her all of these people are that she is destroying their hearts constantly. S tier.
Okay. What? Let's put Brilliant in front of. So these are our villains. Right
Do you know what it must be like to be in Katarina's like harem there, where it just keeps getting bigger and bigger, and she's completely oblivious to it?
And some of them are like, we can't tell her that we like her because Chiordo is her fiance. And I like how when you play the game, there's like Katarina gets possessed at one point, and she basically goes, yeah, she doesn't even like Chiardo. Like she thinks he's just like stuck doing like because they're engaged. Like she's like he keeps telling him to annul it. Because if you watch it, it just seems like she actually likes Nicole out of all of them. And that's why when you play the game, the Otome game, just like you would play it as if you were her, you would end up with Nicole in the route. So that is my reasoning for why Nicole's actually one she likes. And then she's always saying, oh, if I got closer to him right now, I'd definitely fall for him, because of that devilish aura. So that's clearly the one she likes. But yeah, here's our villain list. That's all our stuff that we have there. We've got past our 2 hours, so that is the normal length of our Biggles breakdown. Once again, thanks again for the $5 super chat, Jeremy Turner. Hopefully you guys get some villainous. Did you guys watch the last episode of My Hero Vigilantes?
I did.
Little Chad, did you get to?
I haven't watched that one yet, but did Pop Step
Honestly,
run the show?
Well, I mean, she does have a good moment, but I feel like there's some other things that kind of overshadow that have happened in this episode.
Yeah, true. So we won't talk about it then because Little Chad hasn't seen it. Next week, we'll talk about any new shows that have come out. We'll talk about old stuff. Maybe we'll throw in some news or whatever, like Crimson likes to do on the Crimson News Network. He needs to change it a little so it doesn't remind me of that awful station.
Well, no, that's the point. I am reclaiming the name.
I know.
CNN will become more commonly known as Crimson News Network.
All right. So thank you all for being here.
I will rob them of their fake news power.
Thank you all for being here. It's always a pleasure to have you here. And enjoy some more villainousness.
I think I'll pass. Your tea leaves are probably terrible anyway. I don't have to pay for anything, do I?
I expect you to pay for your tea.
She meant that commoners aren't people, and being friends with a mildly capable sleaze knight and a duke's daughter doesn't change a thing.
You need to shut your freaking mouth right now.
You will stop this instant! What do you want, hag? Me? A hag?
Because I want this to end, I'm going to act like I didn't hear that. You need to pay for your tea and leave.
Can someone escort this old lady out of here?
Finally! You've given me a reason to fight! Bam! right, Prepare for the most delightful party you've ever attended. A party where you die!
Are you serious? No one mistreats my servants but me!
Check yourself, you donkeys! Do you have any idea who this woman is? May I present the matriarch of the whole kingdom, Her Majesty Queen Maline! You've stepped in it now. Your father may be a count, but nothing will save you after insulting Her Majesty Queen Maline! Whether it's castigation or annihilation, I'm your man. I will kill them. Kill them all, I say!
There's only one man who can save us now.
Come on now, Leon. One who follows T's winding path must be inviting to women, never troublesome. Disorder is very ungentlemanly.
I'm sorry, Master. I'll do better.